Good evening and welcome to the channel. Happy Tuesday, everybody. My name is Ryan. Always a pleasure giving these 6 p.m. videos. Now, tonight's presentation, I'm going to utilize the VectorVest 7 software to point us in the right direction when it comes to picking some stock candidates. Now, there's 5 stocks in particular I have for you this evening. Now, these stocks have the highest attributes of overall value, safety, and timing. Critical items and contributions that you want to have in a successful portfolio. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the VectorVest 7 software, take a look at these 5 stocks, look at the proprietary indicators, and then jump into the chart, see if there's any money to be made. Now, if this is something you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. All right, we're in the VectorVest 7 software. You can see right now, we're currently tracking 9,613 stocks throughout the U.S. market. That's a lot of stocks, a lot of charts to go through, right? So I'm going to let the software do the work for me. Right now I'm in the stock viewer, and you can see we're looking at the top 5. But what made these stocks come to the top of the list? Well, they are in order by VST. This is our master indicator here at VectorVest. Looks at overall value, safety, and timing. 3 vital attributes to find winning trades, right? So RV, relative value, this just looks at long-term price appreciation compared to a AAA corporate bond, right? So if you're, a buy and hold type of investor, I'd put a little weight on RV, relative value. Now RS, relative safety, it's just that, an indicator of risk. Looks at things like the longevity of the company, price volatility, debt to equity ratio, things of that nature. So these are going to be our more fundamental indicators here, giving you solid analysis and letting you know if stock is fundamentally sound or not. Now, the last indicator is RT, relative timing. This is our short-term price trend indicator. Now, if you're a momentum trader, if you just want to make sure that the price trend is in the favor of the direction in which you are planning to trade, right? Whether you're bullish or bearish on a position, RT, relative timing, can give you some insight on being on the right side of the trade. Now, these indicators are all on a 0 to 2 scale. 0 is the oscillation point. So above 1 is favorable. Below 1 is unfavorable. The further you get away from 1 speaks to the magnitude of that favor. So favorable ratings across the board, right? Solid group of stocks. At no surprise, look today. They're all up today and got some big winners here. STRL up almost 8%, CLS just over 3% to the upside. Now they all have buy ratings in the VectorVest 7 system. And looking at the growth rate and earnings here, double digits across the board. The lowest one in the batch going to be STRL at 26%. These are great numbers and great stocks. And if I scroll over to the right, I just want to look at the industries here. We could see that these stocks are in 2 sectors specifically for the most part. We got building, which accounts for 2 out of the 5, and electronic also counting for 2 out of the 5. Now, steel has been hot as of late, especially with the deal with U.S. Steel putting a lot of attention on the space right now. But that being said, if it's not these stocks, looking in these industries, looking in these sectors, being building, electronics, steel, semiconductor equipment here, heavy construction, these are hot spaces in the market. So let's go ahead and jump in the charts and see if there's any potential with these positions. First up is STRL, Sterling Infrastructure. We can see over the last month and a half, nice lower left, upper right, big body candlestick today. Now, price action was finding a level of resistance here over the last few trading sessions from the prior high around 206. You can see a clear break on that as of today. If we get any kind of retracement, I wouldn't be too surprised if we got a retest of this 206 level down the road. But look, the valuation of the company still on the rise. We value the company $246. This is not a price target. This is just what we feel the company is intrinsically worth. And with growth rate on the rise and actually ending right now at 26%, my only concern for this company right now is the momentum downward in the sales growth rate been faltering over the last 3 months, now coming in at negative 2%. Advantis Corp, this is a semiconductor company here. A little bit of pressure over the last month or two, but making a comeback here, actually hitting a new 3-month high, breaking out of this prior level. You can see I've had this line here before, around $65, $65.12. I want to see a clear break of this level. The stock was undervalued, is now slightly overvalued, so I treat it more like a momentum play. But with buy ratings, rising growth rate and earnings, and rising sales growth rate coming in at 67%, definitely would put ATEYY on your radar. Here we've got CLS or Celestica, nice momentum to the upside. All of the moving averages in my favor here, the 3, 8, and 20-day EMA. But look, again, value on the rise, price action on the rise. I've said it on a lot of my videos. It's my favorite chart pattern, buy rating here. And it's not fading away or anything. We don't see any holds coming in. So a nice, strong buy rating. Growth rate and earnings coming 28%. Sales growth rate 20%. Again, another great stock to have on your shopping list. Here we've got CRS or Carpenter Technology. Nice momentum for the bulls to the upside. Strong full body candlestick today, currently trading at 25 at 253.59. I will say this, the company is overvalued, but I like seeing the valuation also take off with price action here, coming in at 218. So the company is a little on the overvalued side, but hey, growth rate and earnings starting to make a comeback here, 32%. The only hesitation I have here with this company as far as a long-term position, the sales growth rate has been faltering over the last 3 months, a little lackluster here, only at 6%. Now here's another undervalued momentum play, going to be fixed comfort systems here. Value on the rise, price action on the rise. I will say I'll put a horizontal line right about here. You see a little bit of resistance and rejections, especially yesterday, that upper wick. So if you want some confirmation around 511, then we can just take out the prior high here coming around 551, confirming the bulls are in charge right now, but with the price action But with this company undervalued, both value on the rise, price action on the rise, strong buy rating, growth rate coming in at 29%, sales growth rate 19%. I like what I see here. All right, now if you enjoyed tonight's content, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow night. If you don't have access to the software, just go to VectorVest.com/YT. You can take out a trial there, 30-day offer. The offer is also in the description link down below. So if you don't have access, definitely make sure you get access to the software so that way we can keep you on the right side of the trades. I'll see you guys tomorrow evening.